What's up? What's up? How's it going, everybody? Hey, Miss Ebony. How are you? Good for me, what? Oh, good you. Just putting all kinds of extra stuff, extra words in there. I'm good. Just gonna need to finish. I need to put some color. What's up, restaurant? Oh, I forgot the people. So really? Really? That's also cool. Okay. Left for Dead? I'm okay with that. Let's see. Do we want to do red gray? I think we will do a red gray. Okay. Not done red gray at all. To the point where I actually have to find it. What is it? RG. RG5. We'll need RG5. RG3. Okay. RG6. Okay. So, how was your day today, Miss Ebony? Were you too much? Marker shipped. Ooh. Ooh, fantastic. Excited. Okay. Okay. So I've been using these markers on some really crappy. I mean, it's not that it's crappy, but it is not by far not the best paper. So I'm very excited to see how this is gonna work out, how it's gonna look on this good paper. Very excited. Half and half. Golden quits and pretend. Okay. Whew. Oh my goodness. Oh, I have got to start doing more. Okay, so I have to tell you something right now. The way that this is going on this paper, right this very second, really makes me want to like marker pages. It's so nice on this paper. Oh. Okay, listen, no one's watching me. Okay, that's cool. So this is Eon. It's Eon paper. They are made for comic book artists, and it's eonprod.com. They are fantastic. They currently have a contract with, I think it's with Marvel. So all the Marvel paper is this. And I have to say, it's really nice. Like it flows. I mean, the ink flows on it, which is nice. It doesn't take a lot to fill it up. It's just nice. E-O-N. Eon, yeah. The way these markers lay down, I'll be done. I'll be done really fast. The only thing I gotta watch out for is how it dries. Hopefully, because it's drying, right? And I hope that turn it over. It bleeds through to the other side. And there's no... I don't try and lie to anybody about that. And like, it's gonna bleed over. The only paper that I've seen that didn't bleed to the other side was a paper you hate so adamantly. The render paper. So, you know, we try not to recommend that anymore. It is kind of weird, the paper itself. But this Eon paper, ooh, oh my goodness. I have no idea. Hold on, I can find out for you. But it's pretty sturdy. Hold on. Give me a sec. Okay, I was about to say, don't tell me they're gone. No, they're not. It's 120 pounds. Yeah, 120-pound artboard. So the wall is actually bleed proof? And sketch bar mirror pad. Okay, hold on. Sketch bar the mirror. Extra smooth. All right, so what do I need? A4 or A5? I definitely don't want that. So they only have A4, A5? Oh, okay. So is that all they have, though? Allows you to use every side of the page. Okay. Add this to our list. And what was the other one? The wall? Canton the wall? It's not really a sketchbook, but okay. Is it smooth? Yeah, extra smooth, okay. All right, I've added them to the list. Row pads, yeah. Okay. Well, I've put them on my list of things to get, so. Which which one do you like better? They're the same. Okay. You're making me spend money. I'm sorry, but this, I mean, I've used markers on this paper before, and I was like, oh, this is really great, but man, right now the combination of Olo markers and this is really nice. Like, really, really nice. What your dream for me. I mean, I guess. AJ Detroit, thank you so very much for that follow. Welcome to the Ninja Empire. We normally draw a lot of ninjas, but today I gotta finish these. I'm going to a convention this weekend, and I was just informed that they would like to have these in the mail by the weekend. So I needed to get a move on. That's right, this doesn't need to be that perfect. So since we need to get a move on, just need to come in here and knock these out. So how are you doing, AJ? I'm doing all right. I am doing all right. Realizing that I really do like this, these markers on this paper. I didn't know I would. Like, the paper's really good. Like, I've used this paper before, but I didn't know that these markers, which are new to me, are going to be this amazing with this paper. So I'm super excited. Super excited about that. Crap. Okay. I was like, am I using the wrong marker? No, I'm not. It's all good. We're good. So did you do anything fun today, AJ? Is it good for colored pencils or too smooth? It's pretty smooth. Like it's pretty smooth, so I don't really know if it'll be good for colored pencils at all. Then again, I don't really know. I can't say. You know, I'd love to give you an answer, but cannot. I am really looking forward till they give us this chisel. I need the chisel in my life. As much as I'm enjoying using this brush, which is still very hard for me. The brush is pretty fun. I'm counting down the days that they give me this chisel. DC directed you here? Oh, nice. Thank you very much. It's like, look at how it's coming together. Oh yeah. I am not. Do not listen to her. I do not like inking at all. There are people who will argue, Miss Ebony included, that using a marker as ink is inking. I mean, technically, I can see it, but no. So AJ, are you a? You said DC. You mean? So I know a couple DCs in my life. Are you talking about from DCD Collects? Are you talking about the Breaker? Like, who are you talking about? That will fuel my next question. Yes, the Breaker. Nice. Are you a collector? I'm assuming, right? If that's where you're coming from. If DC, it's like if DC had his hands in getting you to here, I'm assuming you're a collector. I collect cards. Just getting into what kind of cards do you collect? Baseball cards, football cards, basketball cards. I appreciate that you're getting into art. Yeah. Obviously. It's looking good. All sports and some comics. Oh, cool. What kind of comics do you like? Marvel and DC mostly. Okay. That's cool. Look at that. I love that I can actually fill really large spaces so easily with this. So, here. Don't necessarily always like doing larger areas, but mostly because larger areas freak me out about trying to make sure that they're nice and even, because my style is very graphic, right, in nature. So I kind of got to make sure that the coat is even. It's like, and I work my markers hard. Hard, I tell you, work hard. To your room more often. Oh, sweet. All right, take care. Thanks for joining in. So Miss Ebony, I'm getting sad that you're not participating in the daily 10-minute challenges. They don't all have hats. And for Black History Month, they're all black people. All black superheroes. Here's some black characters. Okay, which ones? They were models in cartoons. See? Markers, markers, markers. Mandala, what's going on? How's taking over the world? Like one data chip at a time. You need a cane? For bludgeoning. Bludgeoning. Mm-hmm. 15 more seconds to finish Nick Fury. Yeah. I understand that. Kind of always do. Find myself with those 10-minute challenges needing a couple more seconds too. Sometimes it's really close. Like I I need 5 more seconds or something like that. But hi, Ty. How are you? TikTok not do it for you anymore?
I put this thing on my phone a while ago, and it's supposed to help me with my screen time. I put it on TikTok,
Mm-hmm.
but it's stupid because it asks me for a password, and I know the password. So when I reach the limit, I just put in the password.
You just put in the password.
I have to change it. Like someone else make it.
70 said, hi, Ty, you sound down.
I'm good. I'm just tired.
Certain schools get 25% discount on the paper. What are you talking about? You talking about Eon? Yeah. That's cool. I know at one point my old school we got a discount. I don't know if that code's still valid. I bought so much from them. I even bought custom pages. So So what's your plans for the next couple days? Anything? Ty? No plans for the weekend?
Not really. I don't think I'm doing anything. Well, I think my days this weekend actually. But other than that, no. Because my siblings won't be here. I couldn't really go anywhere that would require going out.
Right.
So maybe I'll go to a store with but nothing crazy.
Sure. Oh. Because we just have that money. No problem. Especially getting a ticket now is going to be like $1,200. No. This one's cool. You don't want to just leave them stranded in Alaska. They were telling me to leave you. Take you to Alaska and then leave you there. See if you'd make it. I
just,
think so.
Spam call you. Say, I think you forgot something.
No, I'm pretty sure I'm good.
Say, maybe you wanna check your suitcase.
snow?
I don't like the cold.
Oh, well, then you definitely wouldn't want to come.
I know. Like for a trip, fine, but I would not want to live in Alaska. I hate the cold.
I don't think I want to live in Alaska either. I mean, they do have warm times too, don't get me wrong, right?
Yeah.
But
when it's cold, it's cold.
But when it's cold. Like, when it's cold. And I'm good. This is why. Now I remembered why I don't like doing like big drawings in marker, especially when they're. So what I've started realizing is that there's a reason why I put a lot of stuff on my characters, a lot of things that break up space, because when people get a wild hair up their butt and they're all like, hey, can you draw me your character? Right? I know that even though I have to draw on an 11 by 17, I'm not doing these huge open spaces, right? That seem like they go forever. And especially since I'm not just kind of doing a whole bunch of blending and stuff like that. I gotta make sure that I can make everything nice and clean and non-streaky.
I never like coloring in like big places with marker, because at least with mine, if you don't like go fast enough, they'll like layer, and there'll be places that are darker, or you can like see where
Yep.
you dried and you started, and it looks real bad.
Yep. It was like, yep.
Abigail is still kind of crazy.
No, when you see it, you can see it.
I know.
Right? Abigail
Terrible.
Abigail can't see it. Baby just can't see it yet. But we're almost there. Home stretch, everybody. Ooh. 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 Jeez. That is a lot of shipping. Goodness. That's one of those ones where it's like, that's not even funny. So Ty, are you gonna do any art projects?
I should. I haven't.
I know you haven't.
I don't have any
Mm.
Yeah, probably not. I remember I was supposed to do something for Mommy, but I don't remember what it is, so
Mm.
hopefully it wasn't important.
I couldn't even tell you. I have no idea.
My physics teacher is trying to get or likes to keep reminding that the school's doing a mural contest, and I was gonna do it, but the prize, well, there's no prize. That's the problem. So they say you have to paint this mural, or you have to submit this mural, right, you design, and then you have a chance to win, and if you win, you have to paint the mural.
Right.
Now,
Wait.
that sucks. I don't want to paint a mural for this stupid school and get nothing.
Oh wait.
I
So
don't get a gift card.
you
I
get
get to sign the mural.
wow.
I get to sign the mural. You get nothing.
That was their pitch. Hey, you can do all this work.
No, the pitch is, oh look, you get to make this mural. It'll be great for you. Everyone gets to see it.
Okay, but then all they're gonna do is paint right over it.
I know. You see, that's the thing. Like, I thought it was gonna be like a gift card or something, right?
Right.
It's like you win this thing. Like, oh look, you won this competition. You get to paint a mural. Look, you get like some amount of money. And I was like, oh yay, cool, right?
Right.
But it's you get to paint the mural. And I'm like, that sucks. First, I have to put this stupid quote on it on my inclusivity mural. It's like,
Oh.
and like inclusivity and diversity is strength and like something else. Just like it's weird. Because it's not a bad quote. It's just, at least for me, I don't put words on my drawings a lot. It's
Yep.
just like awkward. So I am excited to see when the mural gets put up, because I want to see what people come up with.
Right. Yes, yes, yes. Put so much ink down. Okay. Third-party shipping is way better than, the craziness that was the other number.
Which do you like more, apple juice or orange juice?
It's a hard one because it comes and goes,
Because I was seeing that there's this audio I keep hearing on TikTok, and I was thinking to myself, how could a person be like this and be like it? And then they replace it, and it says, oh, it's because you did this, or you like this, or whatever, something like that, right?
Okay.
There's one, and it's like, oh, how could a person like you exist? And it's like, oh, it's because you like orange juice better than apple juice. And I used to always say I like orange juice better than apple juice. But now it's really hard because apple juice is sweeter, right?
Yeah.
But orange juice is more tart, more sour. And I like them both, but for completely different
reasons. Yeah.
And so it just depends on what I want.
Exactly. I mean, and there are certain people who are adamant. They're like, no, this is better. I'm like, okay. I think it's, you need to start comparing, apples and apples. You're like, I like this apple juice. You're like, okay. Versus I like that apple juice. You know what I mean? Does that make sense?
Yeah. My favorite juice, because I didn't have it a lot, so it's probably not actually my favorite. It was just special. But was the mango juice Mommy would get at Costco. That's my favorite.
Mango juice sounds like death.
Yeah, sad.
It's like mango juice sounds like death.
No, I forgot it was Ash Wednesday today. I think that's what it's called.
Oh. I was like, oh.
Because I was so confused. I walked into my gym class and this girl had Ash on
The
her
smear.
head. And I was like, well, what's going on?
Right.
And I was just about to tell her, I'm like, there's something on your forehead. And I was like, oh, no, don't say that.
And it's like, oh, wait. My bad. Oh, at least you caught yourself.
Why do they do that? I don't even know what religion is that.
Catholic.
Why? Like, what is it? What's it for?
I think it's the ashes of Jesus.
I would not want to do that. That's kind of gross. But, like, why? What was special about Wednesday today?
I don't know. Look at it. I'm like, I don't know. Epic Butch won. Good for him. That 6 did nothing. Try 7. For Lent, but that just went out the window. It happens sometimes, How's The Great Gatsby going?
It's so boring.
Oh, you're supposed to bring an ink pen.
I know. It's the whole assignment is so stupid. One, the pen doesn't matter. This stupid letter, right? And my teacher says we have to write a letter as if we were Nick Carraway,
Right.
the narrator of the book, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we have to write it the way he would write it. And I hate it because the assignment is stupid. Because what she really wants us to do is write like Fitzgerald the way he tells a story. But I would never ever write a letter to someone the same way I would tell a story to someone. Like write a story.
Right.
Because if I wrote out his stupid long sentences that just go on and on forever in a letter, they would just stop reading.
It's like, this is stupid, you're stupid, this is stupid. It's all stupid.
And I don't want to do it. Also, Nick is so boring. He's just like, oh, I'm rich, but I'm not that rich. And my neighbor's pretty cool. Oh, and I'm also so good. Like, I don't have any biases. I'm so awesome and better than you. Because we're only on chapter 4. So I'm still so confused about like what fight you're talking about. I don't know if I overlooked it or like, but I don't know a fight.
I remember a fight.
Apparently he like murders somebody. Maybe it'll be in chapter 5, because Nick is supposed to invite his cousin Daisy to dinner so that Gatsby can come over, and coincidentally he can come over and show, because he loves her, and show her his mansion.
Next stream will definitely be on Wednesday, because I don't even get in until like 5 o'clock.
That's the perfect time to stream.
So we're not even gonna be like, oh, you know what I'm gonna be able to do? That's just not it. It's not gonna be it. So, sorry. No. Normally, I am that person who will be like, oh, you know what? I can get in just in time to get ready, throw my bags on the floor, and then start streaming. But I'm starting to listen to other people. We're like, you're gonna burn yourself out. You're going to explode. And I don't want to do that. Like, I want to be able to keep streaming and having a good time. So, before I come in and find it to be such a burden, right? Like, oh my goodness, I got to come in and stream. But depending on how bad or freezing cold it is, I will I might be able to do a quick like phone stream, because they'll let you do it from your phone. So Monolith said things are looking up for you. What's going on? And today, I just found out that Fairbanks, Alaska is 4 hours behind Washington, D.C. So I'm going to get there. I'm going to get there at 12:30 a.m., so right after midnight, which will be 4:30 a.m. for my internal body clock.
That's so great and amazing.
It's going to be awesome. So I'm really hoping to be able to get some sleep on the airplane. Because, I mean, I get there. Now, granted, I get there and I have time because it's 12:30, right? So then I'm actually getting picked up, which is amazing. And so I get picked up. I get to go to sleep for a little bit, you know? So I'll be able to, if I don't sleep well on the plane, I should be able to get a little bit of sleep before I have to go and get set up. Like, I have to get set up pretty much right when they allow me to get in.
Oh,
Well, because
did you went there?
it's only a 2-day show. So I'm not there to set up. Like if I was to leave tomorrow, I'd be able to set up, right? And then I wouldn't have to worry about it. But because it's a 2-day show, I don't want to be there. Like what I normally do is like, I'll get there when I get there. But I want to make sure that I'm there with enough time to get set up before everyone gets there. I think that's the big one for me. Because normally I don't care. I'm like, because I know there's plenty more time. But now I only have 3 days, so. It's going to be interesting.
Can you usually sleep on planes?
Yeah. All right, let's see. Great Gatsby, Singing to Only the Killing Mockingbird. Poe is the greatest American novel. I get to nap longer. That's what. I messed up for Wordle. Oh, okay. The last line was. Chose Piper. It's a word. Piper. Last word was wiper.
I don't understand why Gatsby is considered one of the greatest. It has a bad story. The characters are boring. The writing isn't even that amazing. Like, it's nothing out of the ordinary. You can find that from, like, any book ever. Like, why is it one of the best?
I don't know. I didn't like it.
Because, like, the writing isn't bad, but it's not inspirational. Nothing about it stands out. It didn't, at least from the books I've read from school, it's not, like, setting a new way for me to want to read or write or anything, right?
Is it stuck on, like, historical? You know what I mean? Like, it was important because of when it came out? Could that be?
I feel like that wouldn't make it one of the greatest, though. Important, sure, but greatest, no.
How far is your son through the book? Chapter 4?
I've read like 4.5 chapters.
4.5 chapters. The official word.
Because I keep thinking like, I can just read ahead so I can be done. But it's so boring, right? Like, I'll just flush the knowledge out of my head. The teacher gives us quizzes for after each chapter because the book is so boring, everyone refuses to read it.
Flush it out of my head.
Yes, because it doesn't matter. Like, none of this stuff, because like I said, the story's boring. I'm not eager to figure out what happens next. Like, I don't care that Gatsby and Daisy are gonna meet up after be reunited and rekindle their love after all these years. It doesn't actually happen, but like, I don't care. I could never pick up that book, never watch the movie, and my life would not lose anything.
Well, no. And there's plenty of people who have done it. You know? Like, I haven't read it. There's nothing wrong with that. So, it says, great American novel doesn't mean that it is the most fun book to read. Okay, but what makes it a great American novel?
Why is it great? Like, what's so out of the ordinary about it? That's just what I don't understand. Because, like, I don't read much, and just the way he writes, the way the story's written, it's just not cool. Like, it's not like, wow, it's like, that was really cool, or he uses such big words, he's so phenomenal at writing, wow, he put this in a way I've never thought of it before. It's just like a book.
It's a book. It means it's the most representative. 4 chapters in, We got The Verdict. Sounds definitive to me. Themes, especially when it was written, but I'm not going to discuss it with someone who's only gotten through 4 novels over chat, and I don't have a microphone. 4 chapters. I mean, I don't know.
I get it.
Legit.
I don't know what you said. All I heard was from when it was written.
I'm glad you weren't listening. I read that for you.
Okay. And then you said like.
You can read it. It's right there. Oh wait. Oh, I was wondering where that was. Well, there's nothing there, so you have to read it here. He says that's where it starts.
Okay. Have to be pro literature. Not fair. I'm not. I'm actually against reading.
No, you're not.
I'm not against it, but I'm definitely not for it. I don't read. I don't care about reading.
Audible's a great alternative.
I know, and that's what I do. And then, like.
That's considered reading.
Yeah, but.
I mean, it's not, but because they'll be like, no, you're not doing it. Like, but I'm getting the story.
Yeah, but like I don't annotate when I read. Like I don't quote unquote get into the book. I read it. I'm like, oh, that was cool, and then it's over. Like I don't look into the deeper meanings. I don't try and understand the similes and analyze the figurative language. I just read for the sake of reading. I don't care.
Right.
So, like I've never cared about literature. It's always bored me.
My thing is that I'm just a very slow reader, and so many people believe that everyone has to be a fast reader, and so it's like, all right, so we're gonna read 18 chapters today. I'm like, whoa.
Oh yeah, that's one thing I hate, especially because last year my teacher, he really didn't like the idea of like listening to books, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I would always have to catch up outside of class because I'm a very slow reader, and then he'd like be assigning this stuff, and I would I just can't keep up.
Right.
It's not that I don't want to. I can't. I don't process it the same way you do.
I also get very bored. Like my brain tends to start shutting down. It's like, oh, it's night time.
See, depending on the book, it'll change. I can't just sit and read for hours like that. I've never been able to do that.
No.
But like, depending on the book, it's fine. I have to listen to like Gatsby because I get bored. Like I have to be doing something else. Like there's this, I usually put it on, and I just play this game, just a simulator, So it's like you're doing something, but you don't have to think.
Right.
I have to draw or something.
Right.
When I listen to the book.
I mean, there have been very few books where I would read it. Right. I'm definitely let's listen to it if we can. But if I'm reading a book, if you're trying to catch my interest, right? It's definitely saying something if I'm like, oh, I want to read this, right? And keep coming back to it and stuff like that. Because normally when I read, it was like, well, I'm going to sleep.
See, that's the problem. That's how I am with a lot of things, like reading and like watching TV and stuff. Like I don't get into it a lot. And people they'll just be like, you don't care about this stuff. And I was like, it's not that I don't care. It happened. It's over.
Yeah, apparently you can watch any of the 5 versions of the movie.
Yeah, there's a lot of them. I learned this year there was a movie of it. I might watch it, but Only if it's free. I'm not paying a dime for this stupid movie though.
It's funny because you don't pay for it anyway.
I know. Well, I won't force you guys to pay for it either.
Oh.
Cause it's funny. My teacher's like, oh, you should get Audible, or oh, you should do this, and I'm like, this book, cause it's one of the greatest. I can find so many people just reading it on YouTube. Why would I do that? Cause like that's the thing. This is like she'll be like, oh, but the quality is better. I used to have Audible. I'm not signed in because I was signed in through your Amazon account, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know, you're signed in for it. But they'll be like, oh yeah, you should get Audible, or oh, you should do this, and they're like, cause the quality is better, and I'm like, it's literally the same thing, but now I have ads. Cause that's the problem. It's literally they literally just recorded that audio and then just put it on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
I know because the one that I'm listening to is the exact same. I don't know, like it's the wrong word, but like voice actor.
Right.
You know that.
Oh yeah, yeah. The narrator.
Yeah, it's literally the same narrator from Audible. That's just on YouTube.
Mm.
And I don't know like why. I don't have like Prime or anything or whatever it's called, but I do not get ads very often on YouTube.
No, you do. You're signed up under our family account. You do have Prime.
I know. Did you add me?
Yes.
Okay.
Miss Ebony, I have no idea what you're saying.
When is your birthday? Or is that when or how? Oh, I don't remember Spanish. It's something about your birthday.
Asked Ty, just did. Something about my birthday.
Do you have a dental plan?
I did.
That is not correct.
It's like, yes, I do have a dental plan, actually.
Okay, so it's when. That's what I thought, but...
When? My birthday is the 27th of May.
I don't know how to say anything about teeth in Spanish. I don't know how to say brush your teeth. I don't know the word for teeth. I don't even know how to say dental in German. I know how to say teeth in German, though. Also, since I'm in 11th grade, we're taking the English as well this year and doing a work piece, which we used to have 2 tests for it, like tests, and now we just have to write like a letter. It'll be like, tell us why you do or don't support this thing, and you have to like write a letter to your boss about why you support it or not, right? Your like imaginary boss.
Mm-hmm.
And so we have this thing, and it's like vocabulary, and so we have to define the word, use it in a sentence, find a picture, and then find the antonyms and synonyms for the word.
Okay.
But some of them are like, how am I supposed to find an anonym and a synonym for it? Like, what was it? It was, like, one of them was like checking account.
What?
What is the opposite of a checking account?
Piggy bank.
Or like, there's one.
Credit card. Credit card. Credit card would be the opposite of a savings account.
But like, oh, there's one. It was so specific, and it was just like, there's no opposite of this. It's like one that a lot of them, they're like scraping the bottom of the barrel when I do this. Like, one was customer service, and I was like, I cannot think of the opposite of customer service.
Other opposite of customer service would be, I
don't know. Because it's like, because A&M is like the exact, like the complete opposite, right? And so I'm like, how am I supposed to?
Oh, that's cool. Because I sure as heck didn't. I barely know any Spanish. I know a couple sentences and that's it. I won't starve because I can go and literally look at someone and tell them chicken and rice. Please. And they'll be like, oh, you poor American. Sure, I will give you some chicken and rice.
You know how to ask where the library is?
I do know how to ask where the library is or the bathroom.
See, that's so weird to me. Like, apparently a lot of people know how to ask for the library, but not the bathroom. And that never made any sense. Like, why would you know library and not bathroom?
No, I don't. I just use this paper and we're like, goods to go.
It's kind of funny. Opposite of customer service is Karen. I don't think my teacher would approve of that answer.
Oh, yeah. I'm working on Eon boards.
How far along are you in Spanish? Like, if you were to be like in a high school class, which level would you say? Like Spanish 1, 2, 3, blah blah blah, so on and so forth. Because I want to take Spanish next year, but I think I'm like at the very, very, very bottom of like Spanish 2, and so I should probably take Spanish 1, but then it's going to be boring for like the first half of the year, because I know how to introduce myself.
You sit first. It'll be boring for a while. It's Duolingo, so Spanish is 0.
That is one. Duolingo was hard for me because it's just memorizing, right? So I never really learned how to like form sentences or anything. I knew sentences, but that's because like I memorized how to say I am this old. I memorized how to say go to the left, right? Like I could never form a sentence, which was really frustrating. But I don't really like Duolingo. But they're definitely working to like get better, because at least now that like I've updated it, because it wouldn't let me update the app for a really long time, they are adding a lot more information on the grammar, which is something I really struggled with when I was learning Spanish, because Spanish grammar and English grammar obviously isn't the same, and it never really, when I first started learning Spanish, it didn't really go into it, right? It would just tell me I was wrong, and I was like, I don't know why I'm wrong though. Like,
right.
What's the rule? And he's like, you should know.
You should know. You're smart.
Stupid.
Dum.
Use Babbel. I don't think I've actually tried Babbel. Because it costs money, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Pretty much if it costs money, I haven't tried it. The only one that cost money that I did try was Rosetta Stone, and that's because during COVID it was free for a little while. I usually use Basil. I love Basil.
Yeah, we like Basil. Basil's good.
Yeah, we like it so much I even have premium on it.
You have what?
I have premium.
Yeah, I know.
I do like it. They added the flashcards back for, because you know, when it's like you have these weak words, right?
Mm-hmm.
So they added flashcards, which is super nice. Instead of like you have to write it, because Basu hates like spelling errors. It hates typos. Like if you mess up one letter, if you don't put like the accent or umlauts on something, it'll say you're wrong. So you don't know.
Mm.
That's mean. Because the weak words, they always annoy me. Like, because if you don't, if you do a new lesson, it automatically gets added to your weak words.
Oh, that sucks.
I have so many medium words that is just because I don't like go in and check them. Like I have hundreds of medium words because it's just been so long, and it's stupid things. It'll be like, how do you say hello? How do you say 15? And I just don't want to go through them because for some reason it takes like forever to load on. Like I've always had the hardest time because I think it like has to go through. Like the computer has to go through all of the like hundreds of words that I'm missing, and then like see which ones I did good on and which ones went bad. So it always takes forever to load.
Sounds complicated.
Yeah. I'm trying to get 100% on the stupid Basu so it can say that I'm quote unquote fluent in German, right?
Mm-hmm.
But it sucks because they keep adding new lessons.
They know what you're up to.
Yeah, I've been at 95% fluent in German since last year.
Oh, you gotta talk more German to me then.
Okay.
Du musst mit mir mehr Deutsch reden.
Because here's the problem with it, and I've said this like a million times. I can pass a German class, I cannot speak German.
Doch. Doch, du kannst reden. Ich hab's gehört.
Actually, I have to do something. I want to redo something because I was reading something. It was so you answer these questions and then you record yourself answering the questions on paper and then he listens to it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which is fine, but we always have to do it next to people and in the hallway.
Oh.
So it's really weird. So I like to redo them at home so we can actually like hear what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
Also, how do you pronounce driver's license, right? I don't...
Führerschein.
Führerschein?
Führerschein, yep.
Okay. Because the umlauts always throw me off.
Umlauts always throw everybody off.
The only umlaut I can confidently pronounce is A. And that's because it makes like an E sound. But I don't know the rules for like O and U.
I wish I could help you, but considering that I didn't actually learn, you know what I mean? Like nobody taught me German. It was just like trial by fire. So you just picked stuff up. I was like, oh, I think this is how we say this, and that was it. You know, like.
Because that's the problem. Like, there's words I can pronounce simply because like I've heard them. Like I know how they're supposed to sound. But like when it's a new word, I'm like, I don't know how to say this. Like, you know, like schön.
Mm-hmm.
Schön.
Mm-hmm.
Because I know it's wrong, but I think of it as like it's like a soft R, right? To my American brain, it's like SHORN, right? Like that's how I'm pretty much pronouncing it. Because I don't actually know what sound the O is making. It's so weird. Lesson 1 is free. Lesson 2 was... Lesson 2...
Lesson 2 wants him to do $10.
A month. See, it's not bad, but I don't know. I never do my language learning apps anymore. Because I used to do them. I do them for like at least an hour a day. And I'd take notes and I'd practice. And now I just hop on when I feel like it. It's usually in the school day, so my internet's really bad. I can barely use it, and I don't have my sound on because I don't We're gonna get in trouble for being on my phone.
Yeah, I gotta get back to my Japanese. Gotta learn my Japanese.
Maybe you should try and get like a teacher or tutor to do it, because you don't want to learn how to read it and write it, but with apps, they're gonna teach you.
Right.
No matter how much, how hard you try, because on Busuu and Duolingo, when they give you the option, they're like, oh, why do you want to learn this? To talk with friends and family, to sounds, to travel or
right.
something. And then no matter what you pick, they're still going to teach you how to read and write it.
Right.
Which, for other languages, I would say for Spanish and for, German, it's easy because it's the same alphabet already.
Right. Right.
But, you have to learn completely different alphabet. Doesn't, Japanese have different alphabets?
Yes.
They have more than one?
Yes.
Yeah.
And depending on, it's oh yeah, this is different, and that's different. You're what? Can't even just let me struggle through one? They're like, no.
Yeah, because that's the problem. So maybe you could try and get a teacher, because I don't know, because this is just for me. One, if I have a teacher, I have more motivation, right? Because if I have to meet with someone at the end of the week, right? I don't want to look like I didn't do it, because then they're going to think I'm stupid.
Right.
So now I have motivation.
Yeah, I don't want to look like an idiot.
Yeah, because if it's just for me, well, what do I care?
Right.
Right? But if, I'm going to let somebody else down, oh, you didn't do what I said. You're never going to learn if you don't do what I say, right? Then I'm going to feel bad.
Right.
So, plus, with an actual person, not a robot, they can actually teach you what you want. And then, also they can correct you, right? Because, for sentence structure, or how things, aren't really direct translations all the time.
Yep.
They can, tell you why you're wrong, which is a good thing to have a human for. And then also you can practice, speaking.
Yeah. With someone.
Yeah.
Because it's real easy to regurgitate a question or an answer, but when someone's talking to you and if you got to be
First you have to it's weird because first you have to comprehend what they're saying to you.
Right.
And then you have to come up with an answer. Because that's the weird thing. When it's answer this question, or on Busuu, what they do is they'll have you just read a sentence to them, and they just grade you on how well
you said it. Yeah.
And I'm that's good for my pronunciation, but if someone were to ask me something where I'd need to say this, I probably wouldn't be able to come up with a clear sentence. But that's the thing. But the only problem is teachers are expensive.
Yes. Yes, they are.
Did you ever talk to the
Nope.
Japanese?
They're nope. I'll just stop you right there. I'm no. I'm trying to sign into my Busuu account. Oh. I like Busuu. I do.
I do like Busuu. Although, I hate them because they keep trying to get closer and closer to Duolingo. They keep copying Duolingo.
Duolingo's making more money.
I know. Duolingo's bad.
But I tell you, they're making all the monies.
But I would have to say it's not in the worst way. I would say it's in the more I guess likable things, at least for me, for Duolingo. They added the leagues, right? So it's competition. They added that to Busuu. I don't care. And then now they're trying to add more stories and stuff to it. So you have to read or hear people talk more. Stories, Duolingo has, but Busuu doesn't really have stories. It has more listening activities, and it's the vice. No, it's the opposite for. What am I saying?
It's it's a good question.
Okay, so Duolingo has more reading, right? or
Okay.
it has more reading, like stories, like read this. And the Sue doesn't. Like, it doesn't have you read a lot, it has you listen a lot, so it'll have you listen to podcasts or radio stations
Oh.
or interviews, stuff like that. And Duolingo doesn't offer that, but it gives you news articles and stuff like that to read the more further you get down.
Okay.
Or it'll give you like text messages. So those are different there. They both have the like, oh, if you do like you're competing against like 30 people. If you're in the top 10, you advance, right?
Right.
That thing. They both have that now. But Busuu has the thing where like you post stuff and native people grade it,
Mm-hmm.
or you can grade it. So
Right.
that's one thing that they really like about Busuu. Especially when they also speak English, right? Which works out really good for me because most German people speak English. Because I would we would understand what you're saying, but we would not say it like that.
Right.
Like,
I mean, I've said that to people. Like,
no,
technically,
thing.
technically, this is correct, but we would never say it like this.
Yeah, because it's like back to the direct translation thing. Like, that's right. If that's right from your English brain, right? Like, if you think
Right.
about it in an English way, but we wouldn't say it like that. We'd say it like this. So, like, nobody would really tell you you're wrong per se. But
Right.
We'd be like, that person's American.
Right.
So you're in the Diamond League in Duolingo.
Jeez.
I know, that's crazy.
That's hardcore.
I used to be so high. I would work my butt off. I'd try and be like number 1 all the time. And then it just fell off. I don't know. But I've never had a long streak. I think my longest streak was like maybe 100 and something days.
I mean, that's a long streak.
Yeah, it's a long streak, but like Matilda, she has almost like a 2-year streak.
Wow. I mean, Miss Ebony's on 139 weeks.
No, that's crazy. That's a lot.
That is impressive.
I did not have that type of commitment. So, you're learning a bunch of different languages. Like, do you do them in a certain way, or do you just kind of bounce between them? Like, is there one that you want to finish first, or are you learning them all like simultaneously? Who is that guy?
Huh?
Who's that guy you're drawing?
This is where do I want the light? This is the Puppet Master.
That's fair. Because usually I try to stick with, oh, I'm gonna learn German and then go to my next language, but then I'll get bored or mad that I'm not doing as well as I want to, and I'll switch languages, and then I quit and go back to German.
Like, then I'll quit, and then I'll go back to German.
Because right now, I'm mostly doing German, but it switches between German and Spanish the most. And sometimes it'll be ASL. And then Abigail doesn't help me at all because she keeps switching between languages, and I'm like, ooh, I want to learn that language. And it's funny because, like, see, we started Korean for a little while,
Yep.
and I only know how to count in Korean, but there's different ways to count in Korean, like different
really?
sets of numbers for different things that you're doing, and I don't know which way I know how to count. I know how to count to 10.
That's funny.
I'm even pretending to be a Spanish person learning English. That's kind of cool. Yeah, I was thinking because my German teacher keeps recommending, like, if you want to learn another language as well as like German, you should say that you speak German and then learn, like, say I wanted to learn Spanish, I'd learn Spanish as if German was my first language. So all the instructions would be in German, but I'm also learning Spanish, which is really smart, but I don't think...
That is really smart.
I don't think my German is quite there yet, where I could understand.
Mm-hmm.
But if we're being honest, I can barely do it in English. They'll say words, and I'm like, I don't know what that means. It's really funny, because I'll, like, come to you guys and be like, what does this mean? And you'll be like...
Like, wow.
Like, you guys already told me this, but I forgot. I don't know what tandem means. Like, what is tandem?
Like, together. Like, I do it with this. So, like, I listen to music in tandem with mowing the grass. Like, I do it at the same time.
Okay. That's the neat thing about Duolingo. And knowing Spanish helps. It's cool. Is there a reason you picked Spanish, or did you just, like, want to learn Spanish? No, you're slacking. That's not good. But, me too.
He's like, don't feel bad. So am I.
Because one thing I've noticed for German is, like, I just need to... My supervisor at one time was Spanish. That was pretty cool. I want to learn Spanish because of, like, where we live. It's a very commonly spoken language. So I feel like it would be helpful if I had a basic, at least a basic understanding of it.
Yeah.
Because I don't really want to have a bad language barrier. But if we're looking at it that way, Arabic would be another good language for me to learn. And I do not know any Arabic.
That was a hard-fought battle, Miss Ebony. Can't even be mad at you for that one. Not even mad at you. Congratulations on that win.
It's not rigged today.
Not rigged today.
That's a first.
Yes.
But one thing I need to learn is I need to learn some new verbs. It's because it'll just be like, I want to say something, and I can make at least a comprehensible sentence, but I just don't know the verbs. Like, I don't know how to say to check in German. Like, I checked this. I checked my answer. You know?
Nachgeschaut?
What?
Nachgeschaut?
Nachgeschaut.
Ja.
Where would you put nach? And how do you do it? No,
Ich habe über meine Antworten nachgeschaut.
because that's one thing I like a telenovela. Oh, the pronouns. I hate the pronouns, and I hate it because I know it makes me sound stupid, but like, or at least to a Spanish speaker, but like, I'm the same way in German. I don't understand why the gender matters, especially because it's like not even right. Like, dress in Spanish is masculine, but table is feminine. Like, why? Or the group thing, I don't understand. Like, if you have 100,000 girls and one boy, you would still say the masculine version of the group. Like,
That's weird.
like, I were to call you pretty, I'd have to call you pretty with an O instead of pretty with an A. You need more phlegm to pronounce German. Bye-bye.
It's not true. Got a phone. All right, Mandala. Enjoy your phone call.
Phlegm is such a weird word. I don't understand why there's a G. And I hate that PH makes an F sound. It doesn't make any sense to me. Like, Where does F come?
You need. I mean, the English language is just amazing that way.
Like, that's just so stupid. That's just one I've never understood. I might ask I need to find a linguist.
Ask your English teacher.
Say, how does P and H make the F sound? Makes zero sense.
And why they didn't, like, once they've decided alphabet and they wrote things and they're like, phlegm. Maybe we should change it. Like, why don't we just make it an F?
Philip. Yeah. Well, see, because I understand it because I've always known that rule, right? So, like, it's just natural to me, but, like, it makes no sense when you actually think about it. Or, like, there's, like, why is there an L in salmon? Because usually when they throw in letters, it's because that word already exists, right? Like, that spelling already exists. And so they need it to be a different word. Which I don't understand because we also have a bunch of the same words that can be used interchangeably, right? For different words. So, whatever. But it's weird.
Very much so.
Oh, one of my favorite things is there's this one guy that I used to it was one song I used to listen to, and his name was Jorge Mendes. But before I started learning Spanish, I used to call him George Mendes.
George Mendes.
Because, like, in English,
Fair.
it would be George.
You're George, yeah.
And so when I started learning Spanish, I was like, ooh, that is not his name. And I always think that's so funny, because I very confidently called him George.
But I mean, if you don't know, I mean, it's just like Jesus, right?
Oh, that was so funny. One time I was in my chemistry class. It was online, and this kid joined, like, in the middle of the class. He says, "Okay, who's Jesus? That's not funny."
Yeah.
And they said, "My name's Jesus. That's my name."
But I mean, the problem is that he would get that often.
Yeah.
Right? It's not something that it's like, man, that's never happened to me before. I'm like, yes, it has.
No, because it's only like, I'm pretty sure I'm might be wrong, but a lot of other languages, like, they'll name their kids like the name of God, right? But we're the only language, or we're one of the few languages that won't name our kids like Jesus, right?
Right.
Like, we think that's weird.
Right.
But, like, Jesus is a common name.
Right.
I can't think of any other gods, right? Names for God or anything.
Right.
So, but, like, we're the odd ones out, you know?
Yeah.
That's one of the few languages with the TH sound.
Yes, we are. Sorry. What's before we... That starts with an F.
Fair enough.
Yep.
That's one thing I'm bad at. When I find new words or hear new words, I always just try and do them phonetically, which is why I would never sign up for a spelling bee, because onomatopoeia.
Yeah.
I would never got that.
I definitely would have spelled that wrong. 100%. Onomatopoeia. People listening are going, what the hell are they saying? Yeah. Onomatopoeia has a T in it. And since then, we here at the Tillman household have been calling it onomatopoeia. Because it has a P. And it has a T in it. It's just so weird.
Well, no. It's not that, like, it never happens, right? It's just that it's so much less common in English. Or at least to use, like, an English like the English meaning for, because we wouldn't name our child Lord Jesus, right? That's weird. But if you put it in another language and another way to say it, that's more acceptable. Because it's not acceptable in English to name your child that. And that's why it's weird. Also, that reminded me, because you know how people get like tattoos in other languages because they think they look cool?
Yep.
Like, not do research.
Yep.
So this one guy, he saw this girl and she had a tattoo. It was Chinese and it said free. But it wasn't like free, like I'm a free spirit, because in Chinese there's different words for them. It was free as in costless.
Yeah.
Like I am worth nothing. And I thought that was kind of funny.
It's like,
Because I don't know, if I were to get something tattooed on my body that was in a different language, I'd want to at least know what I'm saying.
right.
Like I wouldn't Google Translate that.
Right. Right, but even, like, unless you know.
Well, yeah, but I just, because that's one of those things, I just wouldn't want it to be there and like be the laughing stock, like, haha,
Yeah.
You're stupid.
Yep. I mean, I totally get that.
Because especially now, like this day and age, right?
Right.
Because it's really not that hard to figure out what I'm saying, right? Or to just go online and be like, oh, how would you say this, right?
Right.
Because like it's just at my fingertips, right? So it's really, oh no, I have to do like 10 minutes of research to figure it out, right?
It's true. It's true. Are you kidding? Am I going to finish this? I'm gonna finish this.
I wouldn't say never use Google Translate. It's at least in like from my knowledge, it's good for like, it's terrible for sentences, but it's good for vocabulary, right? Like it would give you the right word, but if you wanted it to say, like you wanted to say something specific, it would, especially if you're not using it for formal things, it's always the most formal setting, right?
Right.
So like for German, for example, if you say, are you going to the store, it will always translate to see you instead of do you.
Yep.
And like even if you put in do you, it'll tell you you're wrong and that it is see you, right? So, yep, basic vocabulary. But the thing is, if you're using Google Translate, you probably don't need that advanced like stuff. It's very, either last minute, like I just need to be able to say this so I can, get this over with, or it's for a school project, and then really your teachers are gonna know either way. So,
I mean, it's a wise statement. Like we know that you used Google Translate.
I know, it's so funny. It's funny because like even I can tell now. I'm like, ooh, that's Google Translate.
It's like, thanks for trying. That's Google Translate. Uh-oh. We're being raided. DCD collects with the raid. We're being ambushed. Ninja stars. Defense, defense, defense. Oh no.
By razor-sharp determination. When we take on a mission, we must succeed or die. Our style is unique and deadly, and no one wants to suffer the wrath of the Ninja Empire.
Thank you so very much for that, Derek. Thank you so very much for that sub. Means a lot for the support. DCD Raiders are always fun to have come in. Thank you so very much. Being part of the DCD family. Hey, Chef. What's going on? What's up, DC? How's it going? How was the stream today? I'm sorry, what were you saying, Ty?
Every time you say chef, I would automatically think of Chef Sheldon.
Right, I know.
I've talked to that guy a long time.
I haven't either. I should probably change that.
Didn't he move?
He did. Lives in Florida.
I haven't talked to Uncle Ed and Auntie Ellie either.
Oh, I've done that.
I don't, because I don't have anything to say.
Oh, the Let's Ride stuff was really nice. So, just the previews of it, and I was like, oh, this looks great.
Let's ride. What's that?
It's just the artist spotlight. So one of the artists from DCD Collective is doing different cars and stuff. And so they're calling it Let's Ride. And it looks really good.
That's cool.
Kaiser and his magic wand. I'm trying. Not all of us are awesome painters.
I want to go to Disney now that Brown's big. Like, he'll remember it.
Yeah,
You remember stuff when you're 6, right?
yeah. I mean, yeah. People do.
Because the problem is for my age range,
Mm-hmm.
I have memories from when I was little, but I couldn't actually tell you from what part of my life they're actually from. I just know they happened to me when I was alive.
Right. Well,
Yeah,
I mean, it's understandable.
yeah, like I don't actually know like where on the timeline it happened. I just know it did happen.
Right.
But I think that'd be fun.
I agree.
Also, I think seeing Milo is probably so big now.
I don't think so.
Well, he's so big because I remember him when he was like.
Do his favorite. I'm not. My favorite pastime is not inking. What's up, Paul? How's it going? I don't know why we keep lying. These lies.
No, you're lying.
I'm not lying.
Secret's out.
There's
Stop pretending.
no secret. The bad part. So here's the bad part. Like I can foresee what's gonna happen. So, I haven't really done it yet, right? Like I've tried, played around with the brush, with brushes and stuff, and I'm like, ooh, this has got a nice little design to it, right? I'm like, this is actually pretty fun. Yeah. And then I'm like, you know what? What's gonna happen is somehow, some way, it's gonna be, this is fun, and I'll say that I'll have to admit one day, not now because right now it's just not true at all, but one day, if this brush thing keeps going, and I'm like, you know what? I'll have to admit it, but I don't right now because right now it's not fun at all. Not fun for me. That's why one day when I make it, when Ninja Empire takes off, I can get an inker and I won't have to ink anymore. That would be the day. Oh, here are my pencils. Here are my pencils. You do it. I want to do it. You do it. And Ty taping when he's sleeping. That would be weird. I think if that happened, if for some reason it was like da da da, I think it would just forever be admitted at that point. But since I'm pretty sure that that's not what happens, I don't have to worry about it because it's just not true. Just not true. So, just in case For those of you from my channel who don't know about DCD, you should definitely check them out. They've got great stuff. They do a lot of mystery boxes with artists and different themes and stuff. Great people. I have had the pleasure of working with them. Great. It's a great community. Their Discord channel is always lively. Everyone's having fun there and just talking about collecting and all kinds of fun stuff like that. So it's highly recommended if you don't know them. Thanks for the shout out. Okay. Oh no. Oh. It's always bad when you start forgetting that you need to come in and be like, oh wait, don't forget that. Get too excited and forget stuff. Like where you need to ink, where you need to put color. Coming in, fixing, always fixing. Probably should put that. There we go. You guys ended early today, though. Or seemingly. Big day on Friday? Oh, okay. Big break day on Friday? I will sadly not be there because I will be on a plane to Alaska. So y'all just have to have fun without me. I will be headed towards AlaskaCon for the first time. First time ever, AlaskaCon.
Should do a vlog.
I will be. I was like, I will be.
And you 100% have to record a little on the plane. People love planes.
I generally record a little bit on the plane.
And especially out the window.
Well, yeah. Most of it will be in the U.S. Because when I start getting to Alaska,
And you have to do it.
it's going to be at nighttime.
You have to do it like when you get off the plane. You're like, guys, I've been on the plane for X amount of hours. It's like 4 a.m. where I live.
It's like 4 a.m. where I live. I'm so tired. What, from where? From D.C.
I like the video.
I know. Please like the video so I can get some sleep up in here. Yep, all the way from the East Coast to almost as far West Coast as you can go. 4-hour time difference. I'm only going to be there for 2 days. I'm going to be so messed up. The hard part, the really hard part about going to like California or at this point Alaska is in order to be okay when you come home, you have to stay on your time schedule. And so I'm gonna be trying to get up at say 6 a.m. right? Unless I'm having a bad day. That's normally, well, actually I try and get up at 5. So it's gonna be interesting. So if I try and get up at 5 o'clock my time, it's gonna be 1 in the morning. I'm actually going to be landing in Fairbanks, Alaska, when I would normally be getting up for the day. So either I'm going to be asleep, or I'm going to have to force myself to go to sleep so that I can be awake for for the show. Oh, it's going to be great. I'm going because I know the showrunner, and he was all like, "Man, you got to come out here. You know, if you can get out here, you got to come out here." So far, everyone who's went has always said that it's one of the better shows because they sell out. You know, he's like, "I'm not trying to sell you anything. I'm just saying," because I've been to a lot of his shows and stuff like that, and I noticed, I was the one who noticed, like, he didn't even approach me. I was the one who noticed when I saw him at a different show. I noticed that he had an Alaska Con shirt, and I was just like, wait a minute, are you doing a show in Alaska? And then he told me all about it. I'm like, man, I want to go. And he's like, well, if you want to come, I got a table for you. And I'm like, sweet. So, you know, I'm like, oh, this is awesome. I wanted to go last year. It didn't work out. And then this year it's just like, all right, got the tickets early. You know, got all that stuff. So it's like, all right, it's going to happen. It's going to happen. And now it's almost in that regrettable stage. I'm like, it's going to happen. It's going to happen. All right, let's see. What else do I need? We'll definitely put some ink, some of that. But I had this one. Give him some really gnarly teeth. Fingers crossed for you. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, Chef, how'd your meeting go? How'd that go? Like crap. Talk down to. Aw. I'm so sorry, man. That sucks. I don't know. State cons and cover costs. Get lucky. So to be honest, like, luckily for me, I get to, you know, I can honestly be like, well, I have my, my tables covered, right? And so they someone will take care of the table, And then, like I'll find, if I'm traveling by myself, I'll find like a cheap hotel. Cheap because I'm like, I just need to make sure that it's clean and has a bed. I don't need any amenities. I don't need any crazy stuff. It's like, it's just got to be clean and it's got to have a bed. And then, start eating like a college student. So I'm like, I bought a bag of chips. That'll sustain me all day long. Or, you know what I mean? It's like, so I'll live pretty crappy and then I'll have like a good dinner. Or I'll get a hotel that's relatively cheap but has a continental breakfast, right? So try and cut the cost as much as possible. And with the flight, try and find a flight. Trying to find the cheapest flight, trying to use points and stuff like that. And hope, right? Just, that's pretty much all I got. You just gotta hope. Like, this can work. This can work. We can make this work. And hope to make a lot of money. Like an RG. What is it? YG83. It's 8783. That is not the color. Oh, it's because that is not the color I wanted. Well, looks like that's what we're doing now. It's already there. It's not that bad. Blue's not that bad. It actually works just fine. Sleep in an igloo, probably. I would do it too. I also try and go to, I try and go to conventions that I have friends at, which is also a big help, right? They've got the car because they live there. They'll let me sleep on their couch. Pretty much just living like a college student, to be honest. And sometimes that breaking even point, it's normally what happens, but you use that for like next year. Because what I've realized about conventions is, like, if you go to a new show, if you're lucky, right, it'll work out for you. And you're like, oh, yeah. And you make money. But, I won that one. It's like, I won that. But if not, right, and you're like, well, at least I broke even. At least there's that. But then you come back next year and you just make, right, because then they start getting to know you. A lot of people like they won't go off and buy something from a newcomer right away, but if they're like, oh, you were here last year, weren't you? Like, yeah, I was. And like, oh, yeah, cool. Then you get some extra love and something like that. Rigged? What?
Totally rigged.
Man. And I can't even be like, I wasn't even looking, because that's also like a true sign. Like, yeah, that's why I was rigged. All right. Thanks for hanging out. What time is it? Couple. Had a ton of artists. Really? And see, and I'm also trying to look for cons that are not oversaturated with artists, because that's great for the fans, right? Like if I want to go to a show that's great for fans, then you want to find one that has a lot of artists in it, right? But as far as an artist goes, being at a show with a ton of artists is horrible because you're competing with so many people. Right? And then it's like, well, how am I supposed to make money? Not that it's really anything bad, but it's like there's just so many of us, and people's money can only be spent once. So I like going to smaller shows. I go to big shows, right? Mostly to get my name out there. Make some money, of course, but just trying to be like, oh, well, if I can make some money, that's great. But I want people to know so they buy my stuff online, stuff like that. Hopefully go to Patreon, support me a little bit there. So, like 2/3. Oh, I'm upgrading at Dragon Con this year. Going for a full booth. Nice. See, not oversaturated, but a lot. Okay. Okay. I want to do Dragon Con, but I really want to do it with my wife, and I can't. It's always during a time where kids are in school, so that it makes it really hard to go. So now it's like, well, I just need to wait. And so that's what we're doing. It'll probably be another 2 years before I can go. I really want to. I really, really want to. But like I said, my wife's been wanting to go to Heroes Con or Dragon Con for so long, but yeah, life, and so, and she's like, "You can go this year," and almost I started looking it up. I'm like, "Sweet, we're gonna go to Dragon Con this year," and then I just looked when it was. I'm like, "Yeah, nope, not gonna happen." So, I really don't want to do a super orange. And that's too dark. That's too dark of a yellow. I have so many markers out right now. So many markers out. Everyone. Oh, nice. Okay. Guess we'll have to keep it on the radar. And there's so many, oh my goodness, there's so many conventions. So many. I think my favorite correction pen just died. Oh, all right. Might get a little bit out of it. All right. Nope. Bad boy is dead. Yeah. I'm like, nope, yep, this bad boy is dead. But I'm gonna still try and get. Yeah, you're dead. Wait. What's my other one? So highlight there. That was the last little oomph on this piece. Toot. Sorry. It's like, whoops. When I'm close to being done, it's like, oh, super focused. Especially if no one has any questions. You're like, oh, gotta get done. Oh. The next stream. Yep, it's true. My next stream is Wednesday. Due to travel. Time's up. I should be able to make it nice. Always fun having you. Ah. Oof. Why so much? Cover that back up. That, have the ink over that again. Sorry, just doing some last second cleanups. Make sure nothing looks wonky. tomorrow. Here, have a good trip. Thank you so very much. All right. Well, pretty much finished. Like I said, I'll probably hit the blacks just a little bit. But thank you all so very, very much for coming in. Thanks for the raid. Thanks for the sub. You guys are always fun to have around. You make streaming a lot of fun. So, what is happening? Why would you do that? What? Oh, Derek, man.
When we take on a mission, we must succeed or die. Our style is unique and deadly, and no one wants to suffer the wrath of the Ninja Empire.
Derek, that's so mean. I'm coming in here with all of these subs. Like, you know that this thing is gonna trigger 4 more times.
The Ninja Empire is supreme, dominant, and unstoppable. Our ninja spirit is fueled by fire and driven by razor-sharp determination. When we take on a mission, we must succeed or die. Our style is unique and deadly, and no one wants to suffer the wrath of the Ninja
Thank
Empire.
you so very much, Derek. That's you can skip it? No, I can't. It doesn't allow me to skip. It's like, nah. What needs to happen is I need to actually
The
what I've
Ninja
realized
Empire is supreme,
is that you can
dominant, and unstoppable.
you can set
Our ninja
parameters
spirit is
apparently.
fueled by
So,
fire
like,
and driven by
when
razor-sharp
someone does a
determination.
sub for like 5, it
When
could
we take on
trigger
a mission,
this.
we must
right?
succeed
So
or die.
I just need to
Our style is unique.
I need
and
to develop
deadly,
something
and no
different
one wants to
for
suffer
when people
the
sub.
wrath of the Ninja
I mean, and it's been something
Empire.
that I've been talking about for months. You know, it's like, oh, I should do something different because it's not the first time that someone has gifted
The
subs on
Ninja
my
Empire
channel.
is supreme,
So it's
dominant,
like, oh, it might
and
happen again.
unstoppable. Our
So,
ninja spirit
you know what I mean?
is
It's one of those
fueled
ones
by
where I just
fire
need to do
and
this
driven by razor-sharp
that-
determination.
This doesn't happen.
When we take on a mission, we must succeed or die. Our style is unique and deadly, and no one wants to suffer the wrath of the Ninja Empire.
I guess it is loud. All I was saying is that I need to change the subscription thing.
The Ninja Empire is supreme, dominant, and unstoppable. Our ninja spirit is fueled by fire and driven by razor-sharp determination. When we take on a mission, we must succeed or die. Our style is unique and deadly, and no one wants to suffer the wrath of the Ninja Empire.
Yep. Definitely need to think about what I want to do for just a regular sub. So that it can trigger multiple times, but it'd be fine, right? That was the last one? There should be one more, right? Nope, that was the last one? Okay. I figured you could click a button. No. Nope. I think it's official. It's probably going to be the next thing that I need to work on now. Maybe it'll be this clip that I had. Good night, Iggy. Maybe it's this clip that I have that it says only a ninja can destroy a ninja. So that might be the sub thing. It just comes in and is like, only a ninja can destroy a ninja. Well, just again, thank you so very much. Thanks for the subs, Derek. You are amazing. Thank you very much for the support, and for everyone who got the gifted subs, make sure you say thank you. we will be getting back to drawing comics, but here you go. Just to show you, like I am, right? This is currently the page I'm working on. This was the page before. So the comic is coming. Comic is coming. But thank you all so very much. You guys have a great night. And remember, born a ninja, die a ninja. Alright, seems like we are headed off, so have a great night. You guys are fantastic, and I will see you next week. But be on the lookout, because I might actually turn on Twitch here and there and just be like, hey, how's it going? We're streaming from from Alaska. So just in case, check it out, watch the vlog. Everything's awesome. Have a great night. Thank you so very much.
The Ninja Empire is supreme, dominant, and unstoppable. Our ninja spirit is fueled by fire and driven by razor-sharp determination. When we take on a mission, we must succeed or die. Our style is unique and deadly, and no one wants to suffer the wrath of the Ninja Empire.